YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Xerxes coming back at you with another one. I wanted to do a video because I had made some serious mistakes in the last build update that I posted. I'd like to think that I was a pretty decent Frost Blades character, but after talking to some of the people in the community, we did a little POB review, and luckily my boy Zish, shout out to Zish, appreciate all the help, man. He pointed out some things that I was making mistakes on in my build, and I want to share those with you guys so you guys can hopefully not make the same mistakes that I did. Okay, so since the last video, I think the video that I posted last time, my DPS was somewhere around 25 mil, and in one day I went from 25 mil to 44 mil. So it's some pretty significant increases in DPS, and my EHP pretty much doubled as well. So just by making some of these changes that I made, the build is feeling much better than it already was. So we'll do a quick map showcase. This is just a T16 Maze of the Minotaur. We'll plug this in, and then I will go over the changes that I made. So hopefully you guys can not make the same mistakes that I made. Okay. It's one of the crazy things about this game. You know, I've been playing for a long time, and I'd like to think that I know a decent amount about it, but it turns out my POB was shit, and some of the stuff I was doing was just absolutely stupid. So, you know, just goes to show it's always, you always got room to learn. So we'll go in here, do a little wildwood, see if we can get some juice. The DPS is just absolutely nutty on this build. Like I know I sound like a broken record probably, but with, like, you know, freezing everything. I had some people commenting on the last one. It's like, you know, you got 30k EHP. How are you not dying? You know, it's like, because everything's fucking frozen, man. Like everything literally just freezes the second that you hit it. And you know, with Herald of Ice, and then you got, you know, I'm up to like, it's like 86% chance to evade attacks with spell suppression. So what is this? 100% increased damage taken from damage over time. Sure. Okay, let's zoom through here. I love this map since it's like linear. It's just so easy to blast through, you know? See, like that dude, I hit him one time and he was just instant frozen. Everything's just froze. Oh yeah, there is Beyond on this map too, I'm pretty sure, so... see if we can get maybe a Beyond boss while we're in here. I'm running I switched my Atlas strategy too, so I'm running something that I've never done before, which is the destructive play with Maven. I actually really like it because I get kind of just burned out on running the same map like over and over and over again, and so destructive play has actually been pretty fun for me. And I'll show you guys my tab here after this map. I think I ran 30 maps, so I did 3 like Maven invitation fights last night. And out of the 30 maps that I ran, I got 30 Conqueror or Shaper maps back. So if you're looking to do, you know, Shaper, Guardian maps or Elder Slayer maps, like this is without a doubt the way you want to go. Okay, almost there. So what you want to do with the bosses, it's a little tricky, right? Because you want to have brittle ground on them. So you want to run around them in a circle for a second, drop both your totems, drop Frost Bomb, Frost Blink on top of them, and then DPS them. So it is kind of a little bit of a challenge to get it down, but I'll see if I can show you. See, so that was like a pretty juiced up Minotaur, right? And still had no problem killing him. So The build feels really good, and I'm pretty sure he was empowered too. I didn't actually look, but I think that I saw that he was empowered in there. Typically, if he's not empowered and you get all your stuff down, you'll kill him in like a second or two, honestly. But so I'll show you real quick. This is what the map tab that I have from yesterday. Like I said, I ran 30 Maven maps and got all of these back. So we got 4 of these altered distant memories. I actually got 5. I ran one of them already, but anyway, this is a good strategy if you're looking to get some of those maps. This is the tree that I have set up right now. If you guys just want to take a screenshot of it, I'm running Delirium with some strong boxes, essences, and shrines. And blocking pretty much everything else. So it's been really fun so far. I like it. So if you guys want to take a peek at that, right? But let's go over the changes that I have made so far. Okay, so I got a little cheat sheet over here. So the first one would be I got a new Watcher's Eye. This one is attack damage precision, hatred, cold. I think I got this one for like 6 divines. This one, obviously this would be an upgrade for later. If you don't have the currency, don't worry about this. But I did upgrade this as well. Okay. So one of the main things that I added as well is this new cluster here. So this one has ancestral guidance. So it just gives you increased buff effect of your totems. So you get more melee damage and more attack speed while your totems are down. This increased my damage by like 8%. I want to say this was super huge. So there's that. Watcher's Eye, the cluster jewel. Okay. In the last POB that I had taken these 3 points here. And after doing some looking into my POB, I actually did not need the crit chance anymore. And so it was more beneficial for me to spec into these attack speed points down here, and then take the same mastery that I was taking before. This was another like 7 or 8% DPS increase that I just had wasted points up here. Okay, so don't do that. Look at your crit chance. If you're over 100, anything that you spec into crit is just wasted points. I should have known better, and I didn't. So sorry for leading you the wrong direction there. Another thing that I should have known better too, apparently, is elemental focus. I had this spec early on, and then I think I got a new cluster or new lethal pride, and I unspec'd it for some reason. But no matter what, you want to have this point allocated. So don't be like me. Allocate this point no matter what. Okay. Another thing too was some pathing that I had that was jacked up. So I was pathing over here, down here, and taking Fangs of the Viper, which pretty much does nothing. So I ended up speccing down here, getting rid of these, and I had a few points. That's where these points came from. Okay. Now, in terms of the gear, one thing that's really important to note actually is I got a new chest piece that has quite a bit more evasion. So you want to buy a Zodiac leather that's like in the high percentile of the evasion. And then you want it to have at least 19% fractured suppress. Same thing with your shield. You need it to have 19 suppress. So if you have 38 suppress between these two gear pieces, you don't need suppress on anything else. So I was able to change my boots and drop the suppress that I had on there. But it has to be 19 and 19, or at least 38 between the two of them. So that's important to know. So I got this fractured, linked it pretty quickly actually, and then I just rolled it with some chaos resistance essences until I hit something that was decent. Ideally, I think that evasion rating is not doing too much for me. I would like to have, I think, Fizz taken as maybe in there, but I'll have to check and see if that evasion rating actually does anything for me or not. But so that's one thing to note in there. Okay. Now I did end up getting some new gems as well. So I got a level 21 Frost Blades. The quality on it isn't super important. It just gives you some extra projectiles. So it's more important to get a level 21 than it is to get a 2120 really. So just get a level 21 gem. And then I got Awakened Added Cold. So this gives Frost Blades actually one more level. And then I got Awakened LE damage with attacks that I'm leveling up right now. Even a level 1 awakened LE damage with attacks is more damage than a regular 2020 regular LE damage with attacks. Okay. So that covers that. I ended up getting, I catalysted the taming, right? So this gives you elemental damage modifiers on there, which is nice. And then I did get a new Abyss Jewel that just has the same, you always want to have pretty much that attack speed if you've dealt a crit recently. And then I just got life and cold damage to attacks. Okay. So that is that. The claw is still the same. I did switch up some of my pieces of gear to give me more chaos resistance because I was kind of janked, and I was relying on an amethyst flask to cap my chaos res. And as you can see now, no flask going, chaos res is at 75%. Okay, so all of my reses were capped. You don't want to do what I did and be relying on a amethyst flask to get you there. Okay, so just roll chaos res on your gear, and then ideally you want like chaos res and then one other res to make sure that you're capped out on your res. Okay, so that covers that. I did end up switching my flasks around as well. As I said before, I had an amethyst flask here, and some of my suffixes were kind of janked too. So the suffixes that you're looking for, as far as I know, you want increased evasion rating. I needed increased crit to get me crit capped, so I had that on here. And then reduced effect of curses. This is just because we're not curse immune. I figured having that on there would be decent. There could be something better, but if I'm wrong and something else should be there, my apologies, but that's what I have now. And then attack speed. I would like to get that roll up to a T1 roll if I could. So that might be something that I switch right now. But anyway, that covers the changes. In the POB, yesterday's was 23 mil DPS and like 30k EHP. This one that I'm going to link to you down below is 44.8 mil DPS, and the EHP here is, let's see, 53,000. So a little bit tankier and quite a bit more DPS for not a whole lot of investment. I mean, the Watcher's Eye was kind of expensive, but anyway, I'd probably still be at like 43 or 44, or excuse me, like 40 or 42 million DPS without it. So just wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse into, you know, some mistakes that I had made, and hopefully you guys can not make the same ones. Again, huge shout out. I'm going to link Zish's YouTube channel down in the description below. He is the Frost Blades dude. I'm just following in his footsteps and trying to learn what I can, you know. So if you guys are curious about how to craft any of the gear, he has all of that on his channel. That's how I learned how to craft like these gloves and like this chest piece and some of the other stuff. So big shout out to him. And then if we have there's a Discord too that you guys can follow. I think he has that linked on his page too. That's super helpful if you have any questions on building a Frost Blades Trickster. So with that, guys, I will leave the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you could, drop me a like, comment, subscribe, anything like that down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.